they came out with the article and talked about the Iranians with the Bulgarian passports on the yacht. And look, Seymour, I had just spent an hour with you, and I know a lot of people that are up on the story, and I was almost laughing out loud because you told me that it takes experienced divers. You told me about the mixture of the gases that you need. You told me how complicated of an operation it is. And then they went to that island where there's a few people there, and they interviewed him, and they were like, oh yeah, we saw a few people on the yacht. And I'm just thinking, there's like 14 people on that island. Like, it's like, come on. I mean, you had to know.
We delivered food to them.
Yeah.
There must have been a bunch of people. I mean,
it's just ridiculous.
And one of the great mysteries is they only destroyed 3 of the mines, and the 4th, what happened? What happened? And actually, a pretty good news reporter for a German newspaper came to see me, and was sort of mad at me for writing the story I did because he had a different point of view of it. But he said he said to me, his big problem was, well, he said, of course, the French and the Danes tried to go and recover the one mine that didn't go off. Remember, it's a mine. It's a C4 bomb, but underwater it's called a mine, and they didn't get it. And he said, and I said, I said, I did say I agree with him. I said, why didn't they get it? He said, well, the Americans were there first. And I said that, well, it was interesting to me. And I said, why did they get there first? And he said, you know how the Americans are. They want to be first. And the thing that was funny about it, it's really very simple why the 4th mine didn't go off. When you're down 260 feet underwater, you've got only 2 miners. The trick of a covert operation is you keep it very tight. That's what made the Norwegians so important. The Norwegians fronted for us. There was a Norwegian boat. The Norwegians did the basic work, told us where we could hit both pipelines, send people down it. You have a shot of getting it. We trained for months in the Baltic Sea. And it's a very rapidly, turns over every year. It's a fast cooking and not very salty. Anyway, so what happened is they ran out of time. You can only stay down there about 15 minutes. And they ran out of time. And so they did 3 and they were told, get out of here. So there never was a 4th mine. But if there had been a 4th mine, which everybody thought, it's the most lethal thing in the world and the most difficult thing. It's an unexploded mine and powerful enough to blow up a New York City building. It's a big pipeline. They want to be sure they can get it. The pipeline is steel, but it's covered by a big concrete barrier that keeps salt water from getting near the pipeline. And it's the most difficult job in the world to extricate one of those. And there's so much dumbness stuff going on. It's so obvious that you couldn't go pick up an empty mine. And then there were talks 2 weeks ago that they found a fuzzy something there, some fuzzy thing. I don't know if you saw the story. There was a picture of some fuzzy thing underwater they thought could have been a sonar device that triggered the 4th mine that failed. And I'm sitting here thinking, there never was a 4th mine. Maybe I should have said that earlier. It seemed like a small detail, but they made such a big deal out of it. And the Swedes and the Danes, I'm tired of pretending that maybe they didn't know. Come on. In that first story, for a lot of reasons, I didn't say they didn't know. What I said is the way I did a lot of negotiation about these words, that we never told them what they should have figured out. Okay, that's how we left it. That's how, because obviously they're allies. They don't like Russia. Sweden's trying to get in it in the UN. And the Danes, Denmark, I think was one of the first signers of the 19 initial signers of the NATO treaty. And so now, if you carry this out to where it's going to be, if this winter was mild, next winter, the odds are will not be. They have more gas. They're paying more for it. In France, I know friends that are paying 5 times as much for electricity because one of the things about having so much cheap gas is you run your generators on gas. You don't have to have coal burning. And now they're talking about putting back 2 nuclear plants that were shut down because, everybody knows what happened in Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island. They're shut down because they're terrific if you could be sure you can get people to run them right. And it doesn't, it turns out it's hard to do that. So now they're thinking of reopening those, but that's not going to help a lot. And so what Germany did last year to get through the winter is they subsidized everybody's home. I can't say how many hundreds of millions of marks, in the billions. 20 to 20, some businesses would subsidize 25% their heating bill. That's not going to be able to be done this year. The money's not there. So it's going to be a very rough, if the fall comes cold, he's going to be looking at tremendous anger from Western Europe because he's costing everybody a lot of money. It's 3 to 4 times as much for natural gas in Italy. Everywhere. It's inflation is booming, you know how it is here. And meanwhile, Biden keeps on asking Western Europe for more money and tanks. He's now got German tanks fighting in Russia for the first time since World War II.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?